Hello everyone, Shindo Bean here playing some more Warhammer Combat Cards Ranked Mode. In this one we're going to be playing as the Eldari, running Urien Rakarth. This is one of the strongest decks that I could come up with him. It's got a lot of different pieces to it, but it combines resilience through healing with damage output from Berserk, Inspiring Presence, and Poison. The biggest bodyguards in here are number 1, the Incarn, which I have at level 9, so of course really massive melee attack, good psychic attack, it's got endless and regeneration, so it can stick around for a very long time, especially if it's getting healed by the special rule. The Berserkers can be pretty nice. We got the Grotesque, which has regeneration, healing 8 at the end of each turn, and 2 attack types. The Clawed Fiend just has a massive amount of health for the cost, so it can also stick around for quite some time. We've got the Archon with Inspiring Presence, and this guy is still at a very low level, but the Kabbalite Arch Sybarite with Inspiring Presence, only at level 1 at the moment, so not that great, but for the cost, this is a really excellent card. Like, if you can get it up to like level 7, that thing is amazing. Another very low level card here, the Elixicant with Medicae, but with Rakarth you want fodder anyway, so might as well include a healer, even if it's not going to do that much. Got the Razorwing Flock with Taunt, and then this little guy, the Akathist with Poison. This guy can actually end up dealing a lot of damage if you're able to poison like 2 different enemies. And then the Warlord himself, I just got to level 9, so he has anti-infantry for his secondary, in addition to Medicae. So let's go ahead and deploy. Eldari are not super high ranked at the moment for me, so we may not be facing anything too strong, but I can at least show you how the deck functions. Alright, we're up against Lieutenant Tomeron, and yeah, our deck has kind of low initiative, so it's not going to be going first a lot of the time. Let's go with, I guess we'll drop the Grotesque here at the beginning. With 8 bodyguards, you don't have a lot of control over what comes out on turn 1, but, oops, we're going to drop the Medic across from the target acquired. Okay, the barrage is going to go into the Grotesque, that's fine. I think we'll go with, the Clawed Fiend. This will be fun to have 2 Berserkers getting powered up from the first turn. They will actually be shooting the, looks like the Clawed Fiend with the Eliminator though. So he's going to take another 74 damage there. Okay, and they got the Taunt protecting their ranged units over there. Let's go with, what do we want to do here? I guess we'll go with this guy for now. See how much damage we can do. I guess we'll probably take out the taunt guy, but looks like it'll be taking all 3 attacks, unfortunately. I at least want to keep the Grotesque on the field as long as possible. Now, Tomeron can increase the range damage output by quite a bit, and they are putting target acquired on the Grotesque. So, yeah, he's going to take a lot of damage. He has almost 300 health at the moment, so I think he will survive this barely. Well, never mind. It looks like they were able to deal just enough damage to take him down with Urien Rakarth. Haven't really seen that guy too many times. Let's see how much damage. This guy has 105. Well, it's not enough. It's just not really going amazingly. Okay, I guess we'll drop the Incarn, and we'll take down that Eliminator. Yeah, did not see the target acquired coming there. And they still have 4 bodyguards. Actually, this is a surprisingly powerful deck, even though the cards are at kind of a lower level. Interesting combination of taunt and ranged units. So the Arch Sybarite goes down. That does mean, though, that we are getting a lot. We're going to be ending the game with a lot of health on these guys. Alright, so let's see. What do we want to do here? I mean, I guess we'll bring the birds out. And we'll keep going melee. Take out the taunt dude. I don't know if this is really very smart. It might be better just to go psychic and then try to take out these ranged units before they get too many buffs, because yeah, that aggressor is getting really massive. We have like no ranged counterattack with this deck. There's the Corvus Blackstar coming out, and oh yeah, Inspiring Presence from this guy. Actually, this Wow. Did not realize he was so good in range decks, but yeah, that guy is actually kind of incredible. Okay, well, this is not going amazingly. That's for sure. We'll drop the Archon. We'll at least kill those two guys. The Black Star, though, that thing is going to be getting a huge amount of buffs when the next two bodyguards deploy. Hopefully the barrage doesn't take out the thing. We'll see if that stays in the center lane. No, it doesn't. It goes away. Okay, that's fine. Now, do they have enough to kill the Archon? I think they do. 309 damage there. It's an insane amount of damage from this deck. Wow. Well, so much for not facing a powerful deck. We are really getting messed up here. Alright, how much damage does this guy do? 67. Alright, well, at least the Akathist. Kind of weird having the weakest card here come out at the end, but we lost all the Inspiring Presence, so much for damage output as well. At least the Incarn can come back, though, on the next turn. I think it might actually be a good idea to just go Psychic here. And, yeah, debuff their ranged, because they are just dealing so much damage. 193 from that thing. Okay, it gets reduced to 155, so the Incarn doesn't die. Poison the this dude, the Suppressor. Okay, we'll go with the melee here, and we'll knock out the Black Star, take out the Scout Marine, and yeah, anti-infantry is actually dealing some extra damage here, so that's kind of nice. And then Karn should be big enough to, yeah, take out Tomaron on the next turn. So that was a kind of, yeah, that was a pretty painful game there. They were just dealing so much damage that they took out my Berserkers a lot more quickly than I was anticipating. And all that extra health, I mean, they were getting their damage buffs faster than I was healing, so yeah, it's pretty rough if you're playing against that kind of deck. It's probably ideal if you deploy like all of the cheap cards first in this deck, the fodder cards. We'll see if they show up. Now we're up against the Parasite of Mortrax, which also deals a lot of extra damage through the special rule. We'll have to watch out for those explosions. I guess we'll drop the Arch Sybarite first. We do have the initiative this time. They got a Toxicrene with poison. Now poison and Berserk could be an interesting little combo there. Of course, this thing does a lot of damage, though, so I don't know if we really want it to be, you know, hitting the Grotesque with its main attack. But, yeah, we'll just see how this works out. They've got a lot of healing. 311 health on this Toxicrene. What the heck? Okay. Well, we'll start off with a little bit of a ranged attack here. And we'll see how big our Grotesque can get. They're going with the melee, so the first attack does do a little extra damage with the Parasite. And how much damage are we going to be taking from this poison? We're healing 8, taking 15, so that is, yeah, that's a fair bit of damage. We really need to start killing stuff so that we can get the healing out. Unfortunately, our fodder is across from like the weakest enemies, so... okay, Arch Sybarite goes down, though. Oh man, Grotesque taking a lot of damage there. Hitting back pretty hard, though. Alright, we will be able to clear the board this time, though. And I think... Alright, nice. The Razorwing Flock. I think it has such little health. Because I think this is based on... It's based on the base health, so... Oh, I could have put it in the other... wow, okay. Forgot we had a melee buff there. Well, I think we'll be fine, because the Razorwing Flock, like I said, it doesn't have that much base health, so when it explodes, it's not going to deal that much damage. The Grotesque is not going to survive that much longer, though. And, yeah, they got a pretty low-level Trigon coming out here. They're going for the Psychic, interesting. So that will kill the Razorwing Flock from the poison. So now this Grotesque is going to be really massive, though. I mean, look at this thing. 155. And we could buff it with the Archon. I think, yeah, it's going to die, so we might as well just send it. Yeah, we're just going to send it in. 194 damage to the Trigon. And these other guys will die, but I think we'll take minimal damage from, like, the explosions. So that works out. Okay, so let's go with, I think we'll do this one. The Incarn to counter their Psychic. And then if they feel like going ranged, I guess the Akathist. Actually, no, we want another Poison Berserker on the field. So we're gonna put the Clawed Fiend in the center lane. They're going melee. Guess that shouldn't have been surprising. That's a lot of damage right there. But at this point, we have so much health that we can just tank it. They've got one bodyguard remaining, and it is yet another. There's a lot of poison in this game. It's pretty fun seeing all this. Okay, so yeah, we'll go melee, and we'll knock out 2 of their bodyguards, get another 14 health on everything. Clawed Fiend. What is this thing at? 119 melee already. That's pretty big. It is going to die, though, if they go melee, which they are. So here comes another explosion. This will do a lot more damage, because the Clawed Fiend does have a very high base health. But with the Incarn in the open lane, it's able to attack the Warlord directly. And once again, the Akathist, who did not make use of this thing. I really want this thing to come out on, like, in the opening hand. Because then, you know, you can start poisoning stuff early on. It's quite useful. In the late game, it doesn't deal that much damage in the late game, so yeah. But, yeah, we could win with either Psychic or melee, so it worked out in the end. And the Incarn actually didn't die either. So that thing probably should be deploying earlier, because it does have Endless. So even if it dies the first time, and actually you kind of do want it to die at least once, so that you can get it to activate the special rule as well. So yeah, there's just a lot of fun things going on in this deck, so it's a pretty interesting one to play if you are bored of just the traditional, whatever the Eldari meta is. I guess it's like, you know, ranged Eldari is the strongest. If you want to try something else, this is another option. So let me know if you've ever used Rakarth before, and what bodyguards you think synergize best with him. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.